The Ministry of Urban Development and Construction unveiled a strategy aimed at the swift accomplishment of the national development policies. The ministry is holding a consultative discussion with stakeholders on the draft construction industry development policy and framework. Speaking on the occasion, Urban Development and Construction Minister Maguire Haile indicated that the draft was formulated to fulfill the need of supporting ongoing construction nationwide with laws and policies. It is designed considering the national as well as international experiences in the sector, he added. The necessary rules and regulations towards construction undertakings, such as ways of identifying accountability, linkage between job creation and savings, among others, are included in the draft. Ethiopians and Ethiopian origins in Stockholm contributed over 200,000 Swedish kroner in support of the construction of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance hydropower dam, Ethiopian consulate in Stockholm said. The money was raised at an event organized in connection with the 2006 Ethiopian New Year. On the occasion, Ethiopia's Consul General in Stockholm, Mabat Bayene, briefed the participants on the mega projects underway in Ethiopia, including the Grand Hydropower Dam. Chairperson of the Fundraising Council of the Dam in Stockholm, Talem Gennet, for his part, called upon Ethiopian diaspora to contribute share in the ongoing development. According to the Ethiopian consulate in Stockholm, over 400 Ethiopians and Ethiopian origins took part in the event. East African Bottling Company has inaugurated factories it constructed at a cost of $70 million in Addis Ababa and Riyadh cities. One of the factories, constructed in Addis Ababa with an outlay of $50 million, has a capacity of producing 36,000 plastic bottles per hour, according to Chief Executive Officer of the Coca-Cola South Africa Bottling Company, Jack Jackson. The economic growth being registered in Ethiopia has created a huge market opportunity for the company, the CEO said, adding the company is set to undertake a $500 million investment in Ethiopia until 2020. Speaking on the occasion, Industry State Minister Dr. Mabatu Melese said the government would provide the necessary support and incentives for companies interested to invest in the country, like that of the East African Bottling Company. Welcome back. You're watching ETV News. AU Commission Chairperson Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma calls on Swedish investors to utilize the untapped investment opportunities in Africa. The chairperson made the call while Jan Sadek of Sweden presented his letter of credence as his country's permanent representative to Ethiopia and the AU. Dr. Zuma and Ambassador Sadek further explored areas of development cooperation between Sweden and Africa, notably as Africa's 2063 agenda is being shaped. They have also discussed promoting gender equality and women's leadership through a women's capacity building project, youth skills development, the AU Foundation information stage, as well as issues of peace and security, according to information gathered from the AU. International donors pledged nearly €2 billion on Monday as part of the New Deal Compact to help Somalia recover from more than 20 years of civil war and destruction. The one-day New Deal conference on Somalia was hosted jointly by the European Union and the Somali federal government in Brussels. Somali leaders and about 50 international delegations met in Brussels to endorse the plan, which provides a roadmap for promoting promoting state and peace building over the next 3 years, focusing on Somali political processes, security, legal system, and economic foundation. In a message to the conference, UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon urged parties to align their political and financial support for the New Deal Compact to drive Somalia's economic and political recovery. The European Union has pledged 650 million euros on top of the 1.2 billion it had already provided to pay for security and development. The UK promised 60 million euros for health and economic development. Germany offered 90 million, Sweden 170 million, and Denmark said it would provide 124 million US dollars, including a previously announced 71 million. Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud said the move is a clear indication that international partners are serious in sustaining the current progress and development in Somalia. British Prime Minister David Cameron and Libyan Premier Ali Zaidan discussed security in the North African country. The premiers held talks in parallel to the ongoing London conference. Cameron said he was proud of Britain's role in helping Libya overthrow former ruler Muammar Gaddafi, but recognized that Libya still needs a lot of help in restoring security and building a strong democratic government. Prime Minister Zaidan told the conference that Libya is losing some 130 million US dollars a day due to protests that have crippled the North African oil sector. He said that he still wants to solve the crisis through dialogue rather than force. Community credit associations are very popular in many countries where formal banking is almost non-existent. They call it Susu in Ghana, Equb in Ethiopia, Kameti in India, or Consokyo in Brazil. The practice, referred as Tontine in Benin, is benefiting a number of local women. Tigster Nessa presents BBC's File.
Wednesday afternoon in Khartoum, and it's meeting time for the members of the Tontine team. This credit association is for women only, and they meet at home of local chief in Agla. 5 years ago, Mrs. Adelaide decided to create the Tontine to the ladies of a community. In here, some has to become a chief people, come to you and expose their problems, and you always have to help them financially. If I didn't create a system, I would have had to steal public money, so I thought it's better to teach them to fish than give them a fish. The members of Tontine bring a fixed amount of $4 at every meeting. One lucky lady wins the full $102 in lottery every week. Most of these women are the only breadwinners in their families, and they often have several children to look after. The Tontine really helps me because here we have a lot of problems. As women, we suffer. We have to look after the kids and pay for school, and when you do the Tontine, it's good because you put money in and then you get it back. The Tontine is changing the lives of many women and putting a smile on their faces.
You've been watching ETV News with me, Rahel Tekle Johannes. Thanks for staying with us. Have a nice day.